everybody, my name is Addie, and you may know me as one of the park hopping chicks. It is midway through Halloween, so we find it incredibly appropriate for us to yap about Halloween Horror Nights. As you guys may know or may not know, we are obsessed with this event. We wait all year round just to get to the point where we can smell the fog. However, we understand that a lot of people are not necessarily into the HHN history or may not know the importance of these icons. For us, we see this event and we know the whole history, and it just immerses us in a different type of way as it would when we didn't know the story. We have attended many years, and besides the theatrics and the costumes and the scare actors, there is a lot of history when it comes to every single one of these characters that Universal puts in front of us. This year being a 35th anniversary, we already know which icons we're gonna have. We have the return of the beloved Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow. This was announced during the MegaCon panel, and we also had the first house of the year, which is Chaos and Control. During the MegaCon panel, the HHN creatives sat down and gave us a little bit of history of what might look like this year for both of these icons. They said that despite their history and despite their feuds, this year they're working together, not necessarily as friends, but more like allies, getting into the same goal. We know that a lot of people may go to the event and might feel a little lost in the fog. So this video is gonna be for you. We're gonna go ahead and compile a bunch of facts that you might not know in hopes that you get to enjoy this event just as much as we do. Or maybe you're just like us and you just cannot shut up about Halloween Horror Nights. Then you know what? Grab a snack, sit back, and let's yap. I think that it's safe to say that most people know who Jack the Clown is. He has been the most used icon, and he has been around since the year 2000. What most people don't know is that Dr. Oddfellow has also been around just as long as Jack has been around. He was first introduced right along with Jack the Clown, and he had his own house called the Fear House, and he came into the storyline as Jack the Clown's villain. Ever since that year, we have seen hints and Easter eggs of Dr. Oddfellow here and there, but it wasn't until the year 2023 where he got his own year. That year essentially took us through a whole storyline of Dr. Oddfellow. All the scare zones were combined into his story as well as one of the houses. There we learned that Dr. Oddfellow not only is an explorer, but he is also a shapeshifter. He has taken the shape of a vampire in Vamp 69. He took the name of Erlo Wolf, who actually released a feeding frenzy into New York. That way he could gain more powers from vampires. He was also an explorer, and that's where he found his Cane of Souls. He was in the Jungle of Doom, if you guys remember that scare zone. That told the story of him finding that Cane of Souls and having that cane in his power. We've also seen him as a werewolf, because one time in a shipping container, there was a lot of his oddities that escaped, and he tried to cover his tracks by making himself into a werewolf. So Dr. Oddfellow has taken many shapes during many decades, and that kind of makes him a top icon, if you don't mind me saying. Which kind of brings me to the next topic. Did you know that Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow actually have same blood in them? So if you remember what I said, he disguised himself as a vampire called Erlo Wolf, and he released a frenzy in New York. There he was able to obtain the top dog vampire's blood, right? And then this blood he used to obtain more powers. Now, during that fight, remember how I told you that Dr. Oddfellow and Jack the Clown has always been feuding? Well, during one of those fights, Jack the Clown scratched Dr. Oddfellow, the blood landed on Jack the Clown, and now Jack the Clown is also immortal because of Dr. Oddfellow. Another thing that we must know is that no matter how much we love these icons, they don't rule the whole event. If we are looking for the one who is in charge of giving us the nightmares, he is Fear, or as we know him, Adaru. He is the ruler of them all. He actually controls both Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow. So if you for a moment think that Dr. Oddfellow and Dr. Clown were just trying to fight to see who was on top, you're a little wrong. despite of who wins, fear will always control them. Let's just go back to Jack the Clown for a little bit, because also, did you know that it's us, the guests, the ones who are paying for Halloween Horror Nights, the ones who actually came up with Jack the Clown? Way before Jack the Clown existed, Halloween Horror Nights created a survey, and they were like, well, if we're really gonna go ahead and scare people, we need to find out, what are they scared of? And it came out that most people were scared of clowns, and that's how Jack the Clown came to be. Now we have him and we love him, and I would like to say that most people are not afraid of him. I think that most people would just want to be friends. So there you guys have it, just a quick couple of fun facts, just so you can get your toes wet into HHN lore and history. And we will be bringing you some more facts, history, lore, whatever you guys want to call it, periodically as HHN gets closer to this amazing 35-year anniversary. And if you guys want to go ahead and leave us some suggestions of what kind of content or what kind of questions you would like to see answered, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. And if you like this kind of videos, please don't forget to subscribe, because we will be trying to bring you as much information as possible. We also go to the theme parks all the time, and we'll bringing you updates for Universal Studios, Disney World, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, all of those good things. But meanwhile, and until then, hopefully we'll see you in the fog.